Well, good afternoon, people. Today I want to talk about my favorite orchid. After keeping orchids for years, I've decided that Paphiopedilums win. They're my favorite. I do love Oncidiums because or Oncidium types because they smell amazing, and the Zygos, for their scent, I love them, but they're so big. They just get huge. If you grow them well and they're happy, they get really big. I don't have enough room for how big Oncidiums can get. And I mean, yeah, you could divide them, but then when you divide them... Anyways, Paphiopedilums win. And I'm going to have to say something. My least favorite orchid to keep would have to be the Cattleyas. I love how they look, and I get it. They're like the queens of the orchid world. Their flowers are amazing and spectacular, and they can smell so great. But for me, they just grow unruly, and I don't like dealing with the way they grow. But Paphiopedilums, on the other hand, they tend to stay more compact. This is the biggest Paph I have, with a, I want to say wingspan, with a leaf span of about a foot. It's about a 12-inch leaf span here. This is my biggest one. And, of course, this flower is the biggest, too. Which still hasn't opened yet. What are you doing? It doesn't want to open. Like, open. Show me your gloriousness. I don't know. I bought it, and it was similar to this, and it's just taking forever to open. But that's the thing. Paphiopedilums take forever to do everything. And I hate that, but I love it at the same time. And that's why I have so many, and I'm going to buy more, because I can always find room for Paphiopedilums. Because most of their growth habits, with the exception of this crazy one, they grow fans neatly next to each other. And it can take a long time for them to fill up a pot. They don't grow really that fast. But, you know, there's always space for a Paphiopedilum. And they stay in this nice line. Like, they're always kind of in this row, organized and beautiful and neat. So I can always find room for Paphiopedilums. And the more you have, the more you see them bloom. This guy spiked for me a few months ago, and I have new growth on the way. Hey, let's get close. Let me show you these guys up close and personal. We'll talk about each one. Alright. So, I lost the tag on this one, but it's just one of those kinds that you find all the time at stores. It was having kind of a rot issue, I think. And the old leaves, which were not that great to begin with when I got it, are really starting to fade fast. But this leaf looks pretty nice. I got a little bit there. I don't think it's rot. It could be just, I don't know what it is. But we have, dun dun dun, new growth growing right there in that nice little fan order that it's supposed to. 1 plant, 2 plant, 3 plant. Staying nice and compact. I also love the colors of their leaves. They're just, most Paphiopedilums have this beautiful color to them. So this one I'll see it bloom maybe next year. Let's get this guy. This guy has the best leaves, or pretty much the best leaves. Look at how gorgeous. It is so pretty. Here's its cross. Yeah, pretty. It's actually the same cross as that one. Yeah, it's the same cross as that one. But also the really fun thing about Paphiopedilums is that unless you get a division of them, so unless I was to like cut off a growth and give it to you, then you'd have the same plant. But these guys can't be propagated in the ways that other plants are. So you have a lot more diversity in them because pretty much all Paphiopedilums, now correct me if I'm wrong, pretty much all or most of them are propagated by seeds. So when you're propagating something by seed, well, it's genetics, you know? It might not look like the parent plant. It might look just like the parent plant. It might look like its sisters or brothers, you know? But this one has just, oh, the prettiest leaves. And the flower on this is really pretty. And check it out. we got a spike on the way. That's Paphiopedilum spike. And we can count the leaves. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this little leaf popped up with the, yeah, love it. Oh, and I grow them in hydroponics, semi-hydro. So this one's one of my favorite leaves, and the flower looks gorgeous. And my daughter got it for me for my birthday. Also, when they start to send out a spike, they tend to start to send out new growth as well. See that little green nubbin down there? Next to a purple nubbin. Purple nubbins are roots. Green nubbin is new growth. So, really happy with how this guy's been growing for me. Next we have, oh, this is a Paphiopedilum. My first one, and I just got it. But look at that beautiful new root that's growing. Oh yeah, that's a nice root. So we got a new root, and usually when you get a new root, that means a new leaf might be on the way. Not seeing one right now, but this is my first frag, and I really like these guys. Frags are super cool. It's a seedling, so I'm gonna have to wait a while for me to see any action on it, but it's okay. We have another tiny frag, and this one is not a frag, it's a Paphiopedilum Kemp Tower, and it's one of those multi-floral ones with the long petals. There's a picture of it. And this one, I haven't seen a new growth in the, I mean, I just got this guy too, and it's also a seedling. So it's just adjusting, but not really much to talk about. It's a tiny seedling, just a babe. And then we have my beast, this beautiful, beautiful specimen, who she doesn't want to open. Open. Look how pretty. Maybe she doesn't really open. I don't know. But I love it. I don't care. She's so gorgeous. Big, big old plant. This is what she is. Cross of. And then these guys, these big ones are complex hybrids. Not found in nature. We got new growth on the way. So if I can keep this plant happy, I'll have a flower probably in a year or so. It's planted in this chunky bark. I'm going to, as soon as this bloom goes, I'm going to switch it over to semi-hydro. And I've noticed these guys really do well in semi-hydro. And let's talk about this one. One of my personal absolute favorites. Just love it so much. It's so gorgeous. My daughter also found me this one. I had been looking on eBay for this particular type of Paphiopedilum, but I just couldn't see spending the money plus the shipping. And then one day at Trader Joe's, my daughter found it. She goes, "Look at this one. It's so weird looking." And I was like, "Oh my god, that's what I want." And it has this weird nubbin right here. I don't remember other Paphs having that weird nubbin. These guys can be multi-flowering plants. This one was not last time, so I don't see why it would be this time. But yeah, there's a little bud. It's growing. It's looking beautiful. And we also have a little tiny new growth. So, also growing in semi-hydro. Doing really, really well. One of my favorites. Here's what it is. That's what it is. In charm. So pretty. Love it so much. And then, what else do we have? We have this guy who wasn't doing much for me for a while. And then, so I kept this one in a small pot with bark, like how it came. And I was like, gosh, you're not really doing anything, are you? So I moved it into these leca beads. And I have new roots, which you can't see because I covered them in moss. But there's some big old new roots in here. No, you can't see. But it's sending out new roots. And finally, another leaf. But hey, you know what that could be? Could be a spike, because this growth is mature enough. It has 1, 2, 3, 4 leaves. It's plenty mature enough to start sending out the flower, which I've been waiting for. I bought this one as a seedling 2 years ago, but it was like a 3-year-old seedling 2 years ago. And this one also has just gorgeous coloring on the leaves, and it's a tiny one. This one is small. I mean, look at that. Tiny, giant. I really hope this is a spike on the way. And then you can also pinch them right here. And, you know, I think it might be a spike. but I'm not going to call it because I'm not totally sure. And then we have this guy, who I've already talked about this guy in depth, but this one is pretty cool. Oh yeah, and I kind of stuck a back bulb experiment in here. We'll see how that goes, just for fun. So, and this one does send out those annoying runners, so that's why it's in this. You can't see any roots or runners, but those are my Paphiopedilums, and I love them, and they're my favorite orchid to grow, even though they take forever. But when they do bloom, it's like friggin' Christmas, because you haven't seen them in a long time. So, thanks for watching, and I definitely will be getting more Paphiopedilums. Kind of wish I bought another one at the show. I should have bought it. All right, it's okay. I'm going down to Santa Cruz in a bit, and I'll check out some nurseries down there. Thanks for watching.